We all want this one thing from the narcissist. They are unable to give us this. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about this. I'm going to be unveiling exactly the truth of what is going on. So you can stop wondering why, what, when, if I did this differently, if I did that differently. Why didn't I see this? I'm going to be talking about this in the video. Hello and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about, or I'm going to be unveiling the truth of this whole dynamic, of this whole scenario, and actually why this person was in your life. It is not always easy to spot these things, and what happens is we tend to blame ourselves. We tend to say, well, why didn't we see this? Why didn't I know this? Why has this happened like that? And I know that, do you know what? A lot of my clients have actually said to me, Anushka, why is this like this? Why is it that I wasn't able to see this a lot earlier? Like, why did I end up staying in this relationship? And why was this narcissist so attracted to me? And why were we in this dynamic? So I'm going to be talking about this a lot more in the video and unpacking it. And I really hope that this video actually gives you some, you know what, some clarification, some validation into actually what has been going on and why this has been happening. But before I do, I just want to say that I do go live on this channel once a week. And if you have any questions or there's something on your mind, I would say join the live, because we do have a wonderful, supportive and kind community. And it's a lot of fun in these lives. I've got to say, they are very lively and they're so much fun to be in. And it's just a way for you to connect with others who have been through something similar like you. So if you would like to know when the next live is on, I'd say check out the description box, or even better, check the community tab, because I have all the information on there. So in today's video, right, unmasking the truth. The truth of the situation is that the narcissist was attracted to you for a reason, for a very specific reason. Okay, they saw something in you that they really were attracted to your energy. That's what I'm talking about, your kindness, your compassion, your energy. And they realized that actually you can provide them with something that someone at that specific time is not able to. And because of this, it makes it very hard for them to actually let you go. Yeah, believe it or not, let you go. Even though they've got other people around them, even though they've got other supply, but they want specifically you. So once they get their hooks in, once they realize that you are that person, because you're making you're getting their needs met, they want this, they want you, and that's why it has been really difficult for you to leave. Now, the reason, or the way that they make you stay, is by gaslighting you, by telling you false truths, you know, triangulating you. And because you're so kind and you're patient, you're like, okay, well, maybe this person's right. Maybe I don't need to leave. Like, they gaslight you basically into staying. And added to the fact as well is that they made you compliant. They made you feel like you owe them something, or you have to be this certain way, which is why you have ended up staying for longer than you needed to. See, in these dynamics, it's not because you're a weak person. It's not because actually there's something wrong with you, or you didn't do this, you didn't do that. It's not that. It's not that at all. It's because you are patient, you are compassionate, you are very understanding. You have empathy for that person. And because the narcissist does not possess any of these qualities, it makes it really hard for them to be able to reciprocate, which is why you end up giving a lot more in these scenarios. And then also added to the fact is that they don't give anything. They don't do this. And so it makes it really hard for you then to leave, because you're always thinking maybe they will, maybe they won't. Like, you know, you're always left wondering what the next thing is going to be. Also, added to this, there is this energetic pull towards the narcissist. They are very intoxicating. They're very addictive because of this bond that you have with them, because of this trauma bond that you do have with them, because it's formed because of it being up and down, this push and pull dynamic. Okay, this is how you learn to be with them. And that what happens is this makes you rather codependent on their energy, on their validation, on whatever it is that they say. And so that's why when you're trying to pull away, when you're trying to get away from this dynamic, you are gaslighted into staying. Now, narcissists don't connect in a healthy way to anybody. So please don't think just because they've moved on, they're with someone else and they are having the best time of their life. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that. What happens here is that you end up staying because you are being gaslighted into staying. And the narcissist, all right, the narcissist knows this. This is their way of connecting to another person. It is rather unhealthy. It isn't based in truth or fact because they don't feel, they're not connected to themselves, so they don't feel it on that level. All right, even though you love them, you care for them, but they don't love you in that same way. You see, they see people as transactional, like, what can you do for me? And that's really where it ends. It's kind of, this is the baseline of the way that they attach onto others. They won't, you see, what happens is as children, all right, because they were always taught to be of service to their parents, because you've got to for some reason be able to do this or do that. They wanted their parents' unconditional love. Every child does. And the only way that they could get it is if they were of service to their parents. So they never connected with their parent or their caregiver on that level, which is why everything's just based on, it cannot get any deeper. It does not, they can't connect to you on a deeper level. They don't understand that. They've never had that in their life. So they don't know how to do this. They feel that if you do what you need to be doing for them, that means that you love them. And they want this love from you. They require this love. This is how they love. This is how they bond. It's by being of service. This is why you have a lot of roles. You have expectations that need to be met. And if they're not, the narcissist cannot cope. They can't cope with this. So this is why they punish you with the smear campaign, with the silent treatment. You know, they say awful. They fly off into a rage. They like verbally abuse you. This is why, because they can't understand why you're not just doing your job. Why are you not doing what you're meant to be doing? It's almost like a job routine or a job role that you've got to conform to. And because you're not doing it, this blows the narcissist's mind. Okay, so this is why they have to punish you. So when you're thinking, well, why are you being like this to me? Like, why is this happening? They can't see it any other way. They don't know how to bond on another level. Okay, so when you're thinking, when, you know, they love you, or when they say to you, I love you, what they're saying is that you're really compliant and you're doing what you're meant to be doing. That's why I love you. So that's why the love or the relationship that you have with a narcissist is very conditional. Okay, it's conditional because that is how their parents taught them that relationships are meant to be. You do something for me, you continue doing something for me, you are of service to me. So that's how the narcissist learns to kind of reciprocate in these relationships. That's how they learn to behave in these relationships. This doesn't change. It stays like this. This is never going to change. No matter how much compassion, how much love you show them, this is always going to stay like this. And until you understand it, that actually the love that they tell you or that they show you, or the love that you're expecting from them, this is how it's going to be. It's not going to be any other way. And although you wish and had hoped that if you love them more, or if you love them stronger, then it's going to change. But they don't learn like that. It doesn't happen like that. This is their preset in their mind, and this is how it stays. So this is the unveiling of the truth. The truth is that they're never going to be able to connect to you in the way that you want them to, or anybody. They're not going to be able to connect to anybody. I mean, if you look at their connections to other people in their family or their friends, or maybe even their children, you will see that it follows the same sort of formula, because connecting to someone requires depth and be able to have that emotional maturity and intelligence. But the narcissist doesn't have that because that wasn't developed. All right, this stopped because there was trauma involved. There was unhappiness involved. They had to conform. They had roles, expectations from their parents or their caregiver. And if that wasn't done, then that's where the trauma was. That's where the rejection, that causes rejection. That causes the trauma. So the narcissist never learned to be able to recover and be able to move forward from this. It just happened in successions over and over again. So this emotional abuse that took place, this is causing these scars. So how you have to understand this truth, okay, is that it's not because you weren't good enough. It's not because you weren't chosen. It's not because it's you, or you should have done this, or you would have done this, that the narcissist would have stayed, or you would have had a great relationship. It's not about that. What it is about is because you didn't conform, or you should have conformed. Narcissist only understands connections and relationships in a transactional way. There is no depth of connection, and this will never happen. This cannot continue. So this is why it always remains on a surface level. This is why it's very easy for them to jump from person to person. Everybody has a role. Everyone's compartmentalized into these roles and situations. And that is how the narcissist is able to have more than one person around them. Having lots of people means that they are winning in life because they're getting their needs met. They're getting all this attention. They're getting whatever it is that they need. They're getting their needs met. And that is what is important here. The narcissist doesn't see it in any other way. That is the way that their mind is constructed. So I really hope this video helps. I hope that it gives you more understanding and reveals a lot of truths to you, for you to understand that it's not actually you, and you couldn't have saved this couldn't have happened in a different way. And just because they're with somebody else, with this new supply, this new person, or maybe they've gone back to an old supply, something like an ex, it doesn't mean that it's going to work out, and it doesn't mean that it's going to be some amazing fairy tale relationship. It's not about that. What you have to realize is that this person is like this for a specific reason. If you are someone that is going through this, please know that I do have one-to-one consultations available. Please see the description box below. I've got also a journal club and a mentorship, and if you're interested in joining, please see the description box below. I've also got a Discord server, which is absolutely free for you to join. This is a community of like-minded individuals, of people that maybe have gone through similar experiences to you, and maybe you would like to connect with them. Please see the description box below if you are interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.